Navigating a Public Relations Crisis by Tessa Williams. The synopsis. On June 26th of last year, 2012, Aaron Hernandez was arrested for possible involvement in the murder of Odin Lloyd. This event, as well as you may know, came as a shock to teammates, fans, coaches, and the league and team in which he works for. This crisis affected all those involved and around Hernandez. Ultimately, they acted quickly by letting the tight end go and proceeded from there as events unfolded. It is extremely important that before a crisis event occurs, a crisis response team be in place, so that once a situation occurs, they can immediately step in and respond to the situation accordingly. With that being said, the crisis response team includes individuals that will take responsibility for all of the implementation of crisis recovery plans and activities. For example, the executive and/or CEO will be in charge of leading the crisis team. A spokesperson will be delegated to be the face in front of the media. This person will represent the league and attend all press conferences and events where needed. A communications team lead will be responsible for providing strategies and plans to recover lines of communications when lost. A community representative will be responsible for all contact to the general public, first responders, and events or activities surrounding the crisis during and after. A social media manager will be responsible for handling all communications via the organization's official social media websites, for example, their Facebook, Twitter, official team website, and Instagram, regarding the crisis issues, cause, and the outcome. A hospitality coordinator will be expected to help coordinate and plan all hotel accommodations, flights, and any other travel plans that may be needed for organization employees traveling to and from the local area and possibly headquarters to alleviate the crisis. A crisis recovery plan is created to ensure the proper continuation of business during and after a crisis situation has occurred. When this plan takes effect, it will provide effective resources, strategies, and procedures that the response team and other vital individuals can utilize. This plan will ensure the ability for activities to be handled surrounding any crisis situation. This plan is called Long-Term Crisis Recovery Plan. External communications channels that are to be used within this crisis are social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. An official video from the company spokesperson will be placed on YouTube. Print, state and local newspapers. Radio, local radio station interviews with spokespersons. Television, official commercials or news interviews with spokesperson, and press conferences. Internal communications include the following: press releases, online forums, fan message boards on official website, interviews, official web content on official website itself, and employee bulletins located within the organization. Identifying the target audience would be the following: the public, the general public, fans, employees, senior management, news media, local and state authorities, local police and FBI, community officials, and then of course upper and lower management. The message to deliver: explanation of what went wrong and why a situation occurred, a show of concern for how it will affect the public and fans, if needed and beneficial, an apology, and for example, we take full responsibility for the situation from the organization, express confidence that the issue will not affect the team and its upcoming games, assure the public and fans that the organization and team are committed to identifying areas that might have caused this to occur, assure the public that this situation doesn't change the foundation and standards that the organization or team has put into practice. Saddened to hear of such involvement by one of their star players, the team or organization can't speculate on the circumstances that took place. All details have not been disclosed, but will be addressed at a later time with organization, team officials, and local authorities. Response strategies: executive and CEO will address fans in press conferences, acknowledging the crisis that is unfolding, and assure them that the crisis response team has been activated and ready to take on tasks as delegated. Crisis management team will then assess the situation and make changes as needed to plans and implement them. Representatives from the crisis management team will then reach out to the executive and the public based off their assessment. If the crisis isn't large or what originally thought to be, then smaller actions will be taken to diffuse the crisis and protect the organization. Recovery phase planning. The crisis management team, after assessing the situation, will then go into recovery mode, depending on the nature of the effects that this may have on the organization. Situational analysis will be conducted, then a plan will be implemented. The objectives of this plan, first and foremost, will be to reach the target audience. From there, it will then be to properly distribute all information across official platforms and to the news medias and all other outside sources. The concerns of the public will be addressed by asking specific questions. For example, how did the situation make fans and the public feel? Is a recovery plan needed? If so, for how long? What platforms will best address each target audience? When will the implementation start?